Bearcats All Access, sponsored by Ultrafiber.
Back in the win column, the Cincinnati Bearcats men's basketball team got their first Big 12 victory of the season right here on Fifth Third Arena against Colorado. We got a great show for you today. I'm your host, Marshall Kramsky. This is Bearcats All Access. Cincinnati now looking to stack wins. It's going to be tough. They're taking on the number 2 team in the country, the Iowa State Cyclones, coming to Fifth Third Arena Saturday, 2 p.m. We talk all about the win against Colorado, as well as the team's makeup and how they're starting to turn a corner in preparation for this Iowa State game. We got so much great stuff to talk about, including a sit down with Tyler McKinley, the Cincinnati kid who now wears the Bearcats name across his chest. That and so much more. But we start with head coach Wes Miller talking about the Colorado game, his team as a whole, where they are right now, and getting ready for number 2 Iowa State on Coach's Corner, sponsored by Ultrafiber. Bearcats All Access starts right now. Coach, congrats on the win against Colorado. What was the most important part for you and the team seeing a W at the end of the game?
Well, I just think for the players, it's good to see them get the reward. I think they've been intentional about trying to do the right things and trying to improve in areas that we need to improve to get over the hump and win these close games. But it was good to see them actually get a result. They've been doing that for quite some time now, so I feel good for them.
I liked what you said in the post-game press conference where you said, you've been coaching basketball for 20 plus years, and you know that you put the work in, eventually the results will come. But for the players, it's a seeing, they have to do it. How do you convey that when you're going through tough times to the players, that you just need to keep believing because it's going to happen? How do you convey that as a coach?
Yeah, we just make sure we're sending that message. Whether that's in front of the team, whether it's in practice and film sessions, in the one-on-one time you're spending with players. And it's not just me, it's our entire staff. But, it's really simple. It's not always simple in execution, but it's really simple. Every day we have a choice to approach it the right way or the wrong way. And we know what the right way is. It's not always easy to do that. But if you keep approaching it the right way, one day at a time, results always find you. And that's the message we're trying to instill in young people. That's the educational part of coaching that's very rewarding. But it is nice. It is nice when they get to see that reward and reinforce their behavior.
You guys have a really tough task this Saturday. I know the game was just last night. I don't know how much film you've had a chance to watch yet of Iowa State, number 2 team in the country, coming here. What stands out that makes Iowa State such a difficult opponent?
Well, when you're talking about the second-ranked team in America, there's a lot of things that are going to stand out. There's a reason why they're the second team in America in the middle of January. I think first is there's a consistency to the way that they play. Of course, you can talk about their strengths, but they play to those strengths. It feels like every single possession. There's a total consistency over 40 minutes to how they play, a maturity to how they play. And I think when you look at the roster and you see a guy like Lipsey that's been there and been in that program for a really long period of time, that's a true point guard, that's one of the best defensive players in America, I think he sets the tone for that consistency right on the floor for them. Certainly defensively, they make everything very difficult. They're extremely physical. They're very handsy, and they kind of hold and reach and grab, and they're only fouls if they're called by the officials, but there's a physical nature and a handsy nature to the way that they play. You have to be very strong with the basketball. There's a physical nature to their rebounding and their interior defense. They do a great job of bringing 2 and 3 to the ball and making the ball handler make a sound decision. And then offensively, they do a great job of playing within themselves, working through the possession to get the shot that they want. Again, you could say that about a lot of teams. I think Iowa State is probably the most consistent at doing that to this point over 40 minutes in the whole country.
Tennis season is almost here in Clifton. We sit down with women's tennis head coach Eric Toth. Toth chats with us about the expectations for this team and what challenges lie ahead in Big 12 play. Hear all from the coach's perspective right now on Bearcats All Access with women's tennis head coach Eric Toth.
This year, there's just a lot of unknowns. I think we're going to have people playing in a few different spots in the lineup. But look, I do sense a sense of excitement with everybody on the team. The veterans on the team, they'll be good leaders and offer the newcomers, a lot in terms of what's going to be expected, what's going to be needed as we get into the dual match season, because that is different than what goes on in the fall. Gabby Gunther is going to kind of be the one we'll look to right out of the gate. She'll likely play the top spot when we get going. Raska Gruchenska, I'm just kind of leaning on her experience. I mean, she's played at a high level really her whole college career, and she knows what to expect, and we're going to need her to deliver. Sarah Watanabe, I thought, had a really good fall, and she's always going to give you a very good effort. Milica Popovsky, I thought she really had a good fall. Quality of her wins was as good as anybody, really. We have people that have been around we're going to need to depend on, but a couple spots in the lineup we're going to have newcomers that they're going to have to adapt quickly. I think there's an identity you should associate with Cincinnati sports, and that's just a team that's going to come out and they're going to fight, they're going to scrap, they're going to claw, and they're going to be fun to watch. So we have a talented team. With tennis, there's always somebody better than you, and you just kind of have to expect that fight from anybody we're going to face. So we got to bring that fight, and we got to bring the right attitude.
The Cincinnati women's basketball team had one of their biggest wins in program history, taking down number 11 Iowa State. We relive the magic from Fifth Third Arena coming up on Bearcats All Access.
This segment is sponsored by Furniture Fair.
Last week, right here at Fifth Third Arena, the Cincinnati women's basketball team pulled off one of the biggest wins in program history. The Bearcats took down number 11 Iowa State. Maya Perry was all over the place, dropping 26 points for Cincinnati, showing the country, the Big 12, what the standard looks like in Cincinnati.
The Big 12 women's basketball season rolls on, and tonight it brings you to Cincinnati, Ohio. The Bearcats are in search of their first Big 12 win of the season. They're fresh off a 2-game road swing, and tonight it's not going to come easy against number 11 Iowa State and the nation's leading scorer, Audie Crooks.
Cincinnati back at home and right back to work, and they're going to have their hands full with managing the entire Scouts, especially the number 1 scorer in the country. Iowa State stands at 14-1. Cincinnati has a tough job against this very talented team.
Hey, go out there and have fun. Y'all are more than capable of getting this done. Let's do it. Hey, we're bringing it home today. Here we go. Bearcats on 3, 1, 2, 3.
It's a big day because it's our next game. It's a big day because you got a chance to slay 2 Dragons this week. People want you out of the conversation, out of the question about how good we are. Right now, every possession you put together. Okay? Don't worry about who's out, who's in, who's doing what. You be each other's biggest cheerleaders. You support each other, and you go through the fire together.
It starts with Bearcats holding possession. Perry inside gets the roll.
Maya Perry, leading scorer for the Cincinnati squad.
Comes now inside. Crooks spins to the left, puts up a shot, and blocked. Destiny Thomas got up there and swatted it away. Quickly down the other end of the floor. Kalia Villasy, jumper, good. Bearcats coming out early. Crawford top of the circle, dribbling between both left and right hands, trying to drive past up, and with the right hand gets the and one. Gutsy play by the freshman. That's a blocking foul on Reese Beatty.
Iowa State down 3 to Villasy. Spins and hits. He has 8 for Cincinnati in this first quarter.
Wilson, as Crawford trying to drive now, goes up, gets the basket to fall, almost had the foul, but what an effort for Cincinnati. A 3-point lead heading into the end of quarter number 1. First 10 minutes gone, and the Bearcats trying to dethrone one of the Big 12's best. Here's the Villasy, trying to dribble her way past Williams, kicks it into the corner, wide open for Perry, got it. Another dribble for Maya Perry, 26-24. Flicks it over, short distance to Crawford, standing on the left wing. Kicks it back, same distance over to Maya Perry. She tries to dribble around the screen, a hand on the hip as she goes up, and it rounds its way through. 18 seconds on the shot clock, 1 minute, 8 seconds to go in the half. It's Perry all alone, able to knock it down.
frantic ending to what at times was a frantic first half.
Well, Cincinnati was intentional about the pace from the tip. They kept the pace high, they stayed to their game plan, and made it difficult for Iowa State to score at the three-point line.
We have to play high percentage basketball for 20 minutes because this team is not just going to let you win, but you did exactly what we asked you to do. We asked you to come into this game and take it, and that is exactly what you have done. I'm impressed, but it doesn't win you the game. The only thing that wins you the game is having more points at the end of 20 minutes, and you have to be more determined to win this game than them. Let's go get this done. Let's go.
Last time here from the Queen City Bearcats on top of the Cyclones 33-28. So far in this game, the Bearcats have outscored the Cyclones in both periods. They're fired up. They're ready. They want to find that first win in the Big 12 Conference in 2026. Devilisi, she stops, kicks it over. Here's Jackson. Jackson with the one hand, hands it over to Thompson, gives it back. Ball lost as Jackson able to fall on it, gives it over to Bird. Bird hands it to Perry. Perry steps into a contested three, and she's got it. Big-time three-pointer for Maya Perry, 36-34.
And Diba backs her way down on Williams. The fall-away one-handed push shot is good.
Crawford looks, trying to survey at the point spot. Hands it over to Alexander. Alexander with a one-handed dribble, trying to send it through the lane. Goes up through contact and gets the and one. The Cincinnati native a chance to tie it up. 41-40. Jackson's got it, trying to get around the screen of Ndiba. Jackson, full head of steam, goes up, gets the and one. Reagan Jackson, the veteran on this Bearcat team, able to go up and force the three-point play.
Perry takes a baseline. Dangerous pass over there. Jackson tracks it down. Back to Perry across the court for another three ball.
Maya Perry is just having one of those games.
Vilsey. Fall-away jumper. Yes. Beatty gets it blocked by Bird to end the quarter. So Cincinnati weathered that early storm for Iowa State, and Cincinnati is points away from an upset home victory against Iowa State.
Thomas with the ball in both hands, wants to hand it over to Alexander. She tries to drive her way closer to the basket, goes up, gets it off the glass. Another physical effort for D. Alexander. Just dribbling off to the right, hands it over to Perry. Deep two on the way, rings out as the ball being batted around and picked up by Thomas. Able to kick it out. Perry's three. Got it! Maya Perry! Are you kidding? Timeout called Iowa State! Are you not entertained?
High-low Alexander once again finishing through contact.
Nice job, Cincinnati.
And off Perry, knifing her way inside, gets that shot up and rattles it in. Leak out for Hare. They need it. They don't get it. Bird another rebound over to Perry, and that'll do it. Iowa State doesn't foul. Cincinnati has done it. A long time coming for this Cincinnati team. Nearly 14 years later, they finally get that ranked win.
What this does for you is it proves to you what you are capable of. But you have to stay the course. We have another incredibly tough game coming up in a couple of days. So you have an opportunity to enjoy this win today while we go to work and try to put together a game plan for Saturday. You have to come in with the same intensity. You have to come in with the same focus, the same level of commitment, and we have to figure out how to do it again for 40 minutes. Got it? Yes. All right, super proud of you. Congratulations. Yes. Yeah.
He's a Cincinnati favorite, and he's a good basketball player. Tyler McKinley, he sits down with me on this week's Bearcat Spotlight, sponsored by Furniture Fair, to talk about his grind and getting back to the court.
Bearcats All Access, sponsored by Ultra Fiber.
He's a Cincinnati favorite. Some call him a hometown hero. Tyler McKinley made his way up through playing ball in the city of Cincinnati, and now he's a Cincinnati Bearcat. He's gone through trials and tribulation, dealing with adversity, and now he wears the Bearcats name across his chest. This week's Bearcat Spotlight, I sit down with Tyler McKinley, sponsored by Furniture Fair. When we spoke last year, you hadn't seen the court yet. You were dealing with an injury.
Yeah.
Getting onto the court for the first time in a Cincinnati Bearcats uniform, your hometown. What was that like for you?
It was a blessing to me, honestly, and it was a rough year last year off the court-wise, dealing with an injury so severe. It brought more, dedication, more hard work to myself. Anything could change at any minute, so just being grateful for the opportunity, even just to put the jersey on and just being out there with my guys.
What was the most difficult part of your recovery process from your injury?
Probably just the beginning, the journey. It's just relearning how to walk, relearn how to run. Because, I tore every ligament in my knee, so it was just pretty much just learning how to be me again, and now just learn how to, gain confidence and contribute to the team. So doing whatever that takes, diving on loose balls, just being grateful for the little things in life.
We were just talking to Coach Wes Miller and about how he recruited you the old school way.
Yeah.
You guys knew each other in high school and all the way through, and that creates a different relationship in modern college basketball that's so different. What is it that's special about your relationship with Wes and this coaching staff?
Coach Wes is a great guy, but also a good basketball coach. And he wants best for his players on and off the court, and I feel like he built a relationship with not only me, but my family, so it's a lot of trust between us, and I know he wants to see me succeed on and off the court, so I know Coach will always be there in my corner for the rest of my life.
Thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of kids around the world dream of playing Division I college basketball.
Yeah.
The thought of doing it in their own hometown doesn't even cross their mind. The fact that you get to do that, I don't even have the right question, because what's that experience just like? Because that's incredible.
It's a lot of joy. It's a lot of, friends and family, but it's also a lot of pressure. So it's just like balancing out both. But just seeing most of the good and the bads, honestly, because honestly, you just got to live in the moment, because a lot of people don't get the opportunity to do what I do on a daily basis. So just taking the opportunity to better myself, to be better for the city.
How do you handle that pressure?
Taking time to myself without basketball, just to really calm myself down. I really just take my mind off of things. Don't let it be like stressful or overstimulated to me on a day-to-day basis, and just being me.
How do you escape basketball? What do you do?
I listen to music. I play video games with my best friends. And, just try to be a regular kid, leave home at home, and basketball at basketball.
What games do you play?
2K, Call of Duty, a little bit of everything.
Who's your team in 2K?
I play like little my career, so probably like Lakers or something.
Do you do a My Player?
Yeah.
What's the most important attribute for your My Player?
For me, it's that pass accuracy.
Ooh, that's interesting. Why is that? Because you're not a point guard, you want to be one?
I just like passing.
That's kind of crazy. No one in a video game likes to pass.
Yeah, I like to go for lately I've been averaging like 20 points, 20 assists. So I'll be bored after practice. I'll be going home.
That's crazy.
I'll be playing with Keyshawn Tillery, so yeah.
For real?
Yeah, we the real deal on there.
What advice do you have for all the young basketball players across the city who have the dream of doing exactly what you're living right now?
Just keep working. If you get, if you're getting a lot of hate, don't listen to the hate. But if you get a lot of good, don't listen to it too much. Just stay in the middle. I know a lot of kids in Cincinnati might not have a lot or have the resources, but if keep doing what you're doing and trusting in God, it's going to find you, and it's just a blessing.
Coming up, it's one of our favorite segments, Talk Birdie to Me with host Austin Squires. We hit the links coming up. Up next on Bearcats All Access, it's one of our favorite segments, Talk Birdie to Me with host Austin Squires. Squires chats with Bearcats men's golf standout Connor Cassano, a versatile golfer who is huge for the Bearcats.
What's up, Bearcats? Welcome back to another edition of Talk Birdie to Me. I'm Austin Squires, former UC golfer, and I'm here with Connor Cassano, sophomore from Shreveport, Louisiana. How are we doing, man?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Yeah,
Glad to be here. Glad to talk with you. If you had a dream foursome, who would be in that foursome?
Well, it definitely wouldn't be my dad, because the last time we played, he had a school bus, so he's retired from golf. So it'd probably be, gotta have Michael Jordan in there. I think he's solid, and then JT Griffin and Vince Whaley, two of my good buddies. So I think there'd be some good laughs in there.
Yeah, that'd be a good time.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan might make you gamble a little bit.
Yeah. I don't have the dough to throw down 100K a putt, but you know.
What is your favorite course you've ever played?
Favorite course would be Whistling Straits, I'd say.
Okay. What's your favorite hole out there?
It's that par 3 on the back nine, the famous John Daly club throw in the water.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what hole it is, but it's a great par 3.
And there goes the club in the water. John Daly sent his club into Lake Michigan.
What temperature is too cold to wear shorts?
I'd say I've gotten away with shorts up here, and it's been in the 30s and 40s. So I think once you get there, it's time for some pants. So.
Okay. Yeah, that was honestly colder than I was expecting. You being a Southern man, I thought, you know.
No, I've adjusted quickly, so
awesome.
It's not too bad.
All right, you get to dedicate the next 4 years to qualifying for the Olympics. What event do you choose that's not golf?
Yeah, well, it'd definitely be nothing containing cardio. I'm not a good runner or biker or anything. I mean, I think the most manly sport is curling. So I think we'd go down with some curling.
All right, we're coming up on the spring semester. So what are your goals for this coming semester?
Yeah, I think it's just getting back to going through our process and just having fun and playing golf, and the rest will fall into place. So
I love that. I love that. Thanks, guys. Come back again next week for another edition of Talk Birdie to Me.
That's about all the time we had this week on Bearcats All Access. Massive game here at Fifth Third Arena. The Cincinnati Bearcats looking to stack wins. They take on number 2 Iowa State. Tip-off right here at Fifth Third Arena is at 2 p.m. Make sure to tune in every week, Saturday mornings, to Bearcats All Access at 11:30 a.m. right here on WCPO 9.